Go Canada, go! Go Canada, go! Woo! Come on!
Back here in Kosice, Slovakia, where the host team will take on Canada on day 4 of the World Hockey Championship. Tobias Bork and Manuel Nikolic are the referees for this game tonight. Canada 1-1. The Slovaks 1-1, opened with a win against the United States, lost to Finland on Saturday. Canada opened with a 3-1 loss to Finland and an 8-0 win over Great Britain. Craig Ramsey's second year as the coach of the Slovak national team. 14 NHL seasons, all with Buffalo. Alain Vigneault, who will celebrate a birthday tomorrow, in his first time coaching the Canadian national team, will be the coach of the Philadelphia Flyers in the NHL this fall. And drawing into the lineup for the Slovaks is 28-year-old Libor Hudacek. They lost Marek Deloga to injury. Deloga took a puck in the face the other night. Had to be taken to hospital that night. Starting goaltender for the Slovaks is Patrick Rybar, who allowed 1 goal on 26 shots and a terrific performance against the United States in that very impressive tournament opener for the Slovaks. Matt Murray comes back in the Canadian goal, allowed 2 goals on 26 shots in that opening game loss to the Finns. And in front of a very noisy home crowd, the Slovaks get set to take on Canada.
Both teams starting their, what has turned out to be their best lines. Kristoff is a speedy little centerman. He'll be between Tatar and Panik, Turris, McCann, and Mantha for Canada.
And Mantha and Thomas Tatar, his former teammate, having a conversation in the face-off circle as Mantha tried to sweep that in. Tatar bangs that back for Richard Panik. In comes Tatar. Goal, these are the first 2 games for the Slovaks. Had that knocked away. The centering pass from Jared McCann goes to Anthony Mantha. Mantha for McCann. That's blocked by the captain, Andrei Sekera, for Slovakia. Mantha works it free. And a shove there to Chernak. And the battle ensues in the corner. Again, the puck bounces back. This time to Mantha, and Kyle Turris a long shot. The save is made by Rybar. Now Marchessault on it. Feeds it back at the point. Severson shoots at it. Canada gets fresh legs on the ice. Pierre-Luc Dubois is in the Canadian lineup. Expected to be the 13th forward, at least to start. Centering pass, just missed Dylan Strome as Severson tapped that back to him. And here's Thomas Chabot with it, with Slovakia changing. Chabot winds and shoots and just missed high and wide.
What a good read by Chabot. He knew he had the Slovaks on the change. He saw the open lane and jumped in for a dangerous chance.
Canada is 10-2-2 all time against the Slovaks at the World Championship. Slovaks last beat Canada in the quarterfinals in 2012 and earned to a silver medal. Marian Studenic sends that in. Now a centering pass knocked away by Chabot, picked up by Mark Stone on his 27th birthday. Stone across to Troy Stetcher, rink wide for Chabot. And Thomas Chabot fires that down. Rybar leaves it there. Rybar plays for Grand Rapids in the American League, a Detroit prospect who signed the undrafted free agent with them a year ago.
Pretty good start for Canada in the first couple of minutes. Kyle Turris, who had a big night yesterday, is going to be the recipient here of a bad giveaway by the Slovaks. They had full possession of the puck. They turn it over. Turris' shot is going to hit the foot of Chernak, and Rybar's in position to make the save. Oof. Pretty close for Mantha. That's close to an interference penalty as he reverses high and hard against Chernak.
Face off, one back, but skips over the stick of Brandon Montour, and he's got Marco Dano all over him. In comes Lantoshi with it, drops it back, and the shot taken there by Hudacek goes off the side of the goal. Now a chance in front, and Marco Dano couldn't get the shot away. Dano spent much of this season with the Manitoba Moose of the American League. Was claimed on waivers by Colorado, played 8 games for them. They put him back on waivers, and the Jets claimed him back and sent him back to the minors. And that puck skips over the glass and out. They say it went off a Canadian stick. The face-off will come outside.
Couturier is saying it's not off his stick. If it didn't hit his stick, then it would be a penalty as the puck went over the glass, but Couturier is going to lose the argument. There's the play into the corner. Oh, he's right. That should be a penalty.
There was some controversy at the end of the last game here between the United States and Finland. And that shoot-in hit Dante Fabro right in the face. And Fabro going right to the Canadian bench.
Mario Lunter is turned around to shoot the puck into the zone. Fabro's coming up to defend the play. The puck hits him right, it appears, in the mouth.
You can't get to the dressing rooms from the bench. You've got to go on the ice to get to either the Zamboni doors or there's a middle door you can take in case of emergency.
Canada goes out the Zamboni door. So if they're going to get him off the ice, he's got to go through the door. Here's Luther, 47. He's going to turn, and he wants to shoot this cross corner, and he catches Fabro, who's now going right to the locker room. He'll have to go right out the tunnel here and back towards the Canadian dressing room, which is in that direction.
We've seen a couple of guys get hit. Eric Chernak of the Slovaks has a nasty cut. We talked about the fact that Marek Deloga took a puck in the face of the Slovaks in the last game that did some damage. He required some surgery afterwards. Troy Stetcher plays out a race for it now. Tyson Jost getting there first for Canada. Jost along with Matthew Joseph. And Christian Jarosz buries Jost in the corner. And now Jost back on it, but picked up by Jarosz. Jarosz is centering pass. And it's knocked down by Shabbat. Shabbat banks that back to center ice. Slovaks are changing again. Jost picks it up. And here is Jost having a quick look. Drops it back for Joseph. That's picked off by Sekera, rather. Jost. Across to Severson to Nurse. Lead pass for Turris along with McCann. This is the Slovak chant, we want a goal. Played back for Sekera. 2 injury-ravaged years the last couple of years for Edmonton. As that's brought in by Suko. Suko waiting for the late change to be completed. Plays it back. That's pounded wide by Martin Marincin. Picked up by Studenic. He falls, and Nurse has it back. 4 gone here in the opening period. Still no score. On in now by Marincin. Shoots and ramps off a stick. Up and out of play.
Martin Marincin had a huge goal, a goal that tied the game at 2 against Finland before the Finns went on to score a couple to win it. He'll play more minutes as the injury to Marek Deloga leaves them with 7D, which sounds like a lot, but they balance those minutes out pretty good. Marincin will be one of the guys that picks up a few more minutes.
Also underway at this hour in Bratislava, Sweden has an early lead, 1-0 on Norway. Alexander Wenberg, literally off a plane, has scored for Sweden. Sharp angle, that shot taken by Dylan Strome.
Wenberg went about 50 games without a goal this year, so Columbus will be wondering where that was.
He's playing game day more often. From a really long distance.
Yes, I was going to say, you're going to fly him out to the coast to bring him back.
There's no official stat for that, but the Swedes have to be the leader in getting goals off the plane. Stone, centering pass goes off the leg, and now a chance for Dano. Marco Dano, partial breakaway, walks in, shoots, he fired it wide.
By a mile. He miscued that. It was almost turned into a 2-on-1.
Now Hudacek with a steal, and Matt Murray makes the stop on him.
Hudacek jumps on the loose puck. His shot's right in the middle of the net. Matt Murray's in good position. Here's a turnover by Canada that leads to Dano's breakaway. Watch how far this misses the net by. That's a long way. That's gotta be 3 feet. He was a lot more excited before he shot it.
Really gets a stick on that. Sam Reinhart bumps into Sekera.
You saw when the puck just started to wobble, and then that thing is like a misguided shot.
Lead pass by Stetcher for Shabbat. Thomas Shabbat works in. Sharp angle shot knocked up by Rybar, up and out of play.
Thomas Shabbat picked up a couple assists in the win against Great Britain, and more Shabbat has just started to show the confidence we saw at Gordon, Ottawa this year that he displayed at the World Junior Tournament, that is of a true #1 defenseman. He's playing against the other team's top players. He's playing in the 24, 25-minute range. He's on the power play. He's really a terrific young player.
9th in points by defenseman this past season. The first defenseman ever to be named MVP of the World Junior Tournament. And Shabbat plays that down. Boots. Around for Sekera. Pass at center ice. Lishka plays out ahead to Lunter. Bumps in the corner with Sorelli and sends him flying. Centering pass fired right on. And the stop is made. And the shot by Lishka. Some pushing and shoving breaking out. Boots is into it. Sorelli as well, and Shabbat. And right now the referee hasn't indicated he's picked anyone out of this. Stetcher grabbed a hold of Lishka.
Puck battle won in the corner by Slovakia. Good play from Boots. He fires it out top to Lishka, and then the pushing and shoving goes, and we talk about it quite frequently, how careful you have to be when these scrums start, because it doesn't take much if one guy ends up in the penalty box.
Shots even at 2 here in the early going. Slovaks were 9th last year. Lost in overtime to the Czechs and Swedes. That was the good news. They got some points there, but then they lost to Switzerland. Wound up 5th in the group and missed the playoff round by a point. Adam Henrique knocks down that pass and fires it back down. That got blocked. Here's Marinza with it. Back for Jarosz. And Pierre-Luc Dubois out there for Canada, number 18. Joseph fires it down. Off the end boards, Ferravari goes back, lined up, but Dubois slams into him.
Solid hit.
And Ferravari goes back again. Dubois got him lined up again. Bumps him gently, now Tatar has it back. Thomas Tatar. Up ahead for Suko. That's picked off. Nurse couldn't hit for Dubois. Terrific year for Pierre-Luc Dubois this year with Columbus. 27 goals in his first full NHL season. Nagy taps that back. Ladislav Nagy, the 39-year-old, brings it in, the oldest player in the tournament. Drops it back for Suko. Nagy played here in Kosice this season and led the Slovak league in goal scoring. Back of the line, long shot by Chernak. Rebound, loose in front. Murray sprawls, the puck still loose. He scores! Suko gives Slovakia the lead.
Suko, his second goal in 3 games, leading the Slovaks in ice time for their forwards, almost 18 minutes a game, a wild scramble. A puck battle won at the point. Murray stops it once and twice, but the puck just squeaks through his legs. He makes a terrific right pad stop. Chernik, the initial shot. Watch the stop here on Nagy. Excellent save, but it's loose. Studenic has the open net, but it's stopped briefly by McCann before Shukel can make it 1-0, and the home team gets the jump.
And now the home crowd into it. Suko, who was a bronze medalist with the Slovaks at the 2015 World Junior in Canada. It's the opening goal as Dano brings it ahead for Lantoshi. In shoots off the stick of Shilak. Up and out of play. Slovaks have the early lead here in Kosice. Back at Steel Arena in Kosice, a city of about 300,000. About a 5.5-hour drive east of Vienna. This was one of the host sites for the 2011 World Championship. The gold medal game was played here. This year to be played in Bratislava. Couturier got dumped, plays it ahead for Cirelli. Anthony Cirelli, a rink wide for Darnell Nurse, who jumps in. Nurse around Tchaikovsky, drops it back for Reinhardt, a shot that deflected wide. Lantoshi, up ahead for Hudacek. It's knocked down by Couturier. And Dano flies into Nurse. Lead pass for Cirelli. Anthony Cirelli, chip set by Jarosz, and goes Couturier again on Tchaikovsky. Knocked loose behind the goal by Reinhardt. Slovaks bring it up 4-on-2. In comes Lunter, drops it back, Jarosz in, oh, what a stop by Murray, rebound, score! Pumped home by Adam Liška, and the Slovaks lead 2-0.
Adam Liška played last year in Kitchener in the Ontario Hockey League. He's part of a 4-man break. Canada loses all defensive structure, and as Liška goes to the net, Matt Murray makes one terrific stop, but the rebound falls right at his feet, and he's free to chip it into the net. A goal a minute and 4 after Matej Shukel had made it 1-0, and Slovakia's got the jump on Canada here by a pair.
Liška played in 2 World Juniors for the Slovaks. And now the home crowd's really jumping. Matthew Joseph sends it back down to Dubois. Dubois, wraparound try, shoots. And Rybar knocks that away. Picked out by Joseph. Steals it back for Henrique. And Henrique, a backhand shot. That goes wide. Now Marincin didn't have a stick. And the puck comes out. Theodore ahead to Montour. Brandon Montour drops for Matthew Joseph. Canada changing, but the play was called offside at the Slovak line.
One of the problems is when you get down a goal, you start to press a little bit, maybe get a little impatient. Canada does that, and they give up a 4-on-2 to Craig Ramsey's team, and Slovakia able to capitalize. Jaros and Lunter on the assist for Adam Liška. And Canada has to slow themselves down a little bit. So much time left, but they're in danger of playing themselves into a huge hole.
Interesting schedule decision by the Slovak organizers, who have some play on how they set it up. They gave the Slovaks the tough games early, the U.S., Finland, and Canada. But with a win already against the United States, they're kind of playing with house money here, with the so-called easier games still to come. Turris picks that free in the corner. Back for Shibata, long drive, save made by Rybar. Tatar gathers that pass at center ice, got bumped there by Turris. In comes Mantha with it now, Anthony Mantha. Plays that around, Jared McCann leaves it there for Stetcher. His shot gets down to Rybar. Turris gives a poke and takes one from Panik, and Panik's into it. And they got McCann leaping in there. Tchaikovsky's on him. Now Panik and Turris behind the net.
Mantha and Sekera are still battling from their tussle along the sideboards.
And Mantha throws down Sekera.
I would think Turris would have one for sure for fishing away at the goalie. The Slovaks will have one for pushing him away. Now we got McCann and Turris going to the box. For sure for Canada.
I think Panik's going as well. So the extra penalty will go to Canada.
So there's Turris fishing away, and Panik shoves him once, and now they're going to start to battle. There's McCann jumping on the pile, and in front of the net, Mantha and Sekera are going at him pretty good. Such a size and strength difference. And Mantha eventually will just throw him onto the ice. Tomas Tatar could do a better job of helping his teammate out there. I mean, if you're going to yank his jersey, because as you let him get manhandled, one of your older players is going to get tossed here pretty quickly.
That poor linesman caught in the middle of that. Andres Malmqvist of Sweden. It does appear as though the power play will go to Slovakia.
There goes Sekera down as Mantha heads to the box. Does look like a Slovakian power play.
Tobias Bork is the referee talking to Mark Stone.
Gord, I played in 3 of these tournaments. It's amazing how emotional you get when things run against you. You feel like you're getting the short end of the stick from the refs. You can't believe you're losing. Now you're impatient in the game, and Canada's got to regroup a little bit here. You don't want to give the game away in the first 15 minutes. Now they're short-handed, and their penalty killers will have to come up big to help them out here. Slovakia has 1 goal on the power play. Aaron Chernak, a 5-on-3 rocket, but this will be a 5-on-4.
He also scored another one just seconds after a power play had ended. Marincin's back on the point right now. Couturier for the face-off, throws that to the corner. Darnell Nurse goes racing to it, swept it back in by Marincin. To Dano. And Lantoshi races back to hold the line for the Slovaks. Picked free by Severson. Back in the corner, Nurse. Once again collides with Nagy. To Dano. Marco Dano to Ladislav Nagy. Back down to Dano at the goal line. For Nagy. Back to Dano. A centering pass fired wide by Lantoshi. They set it right up, and Lantoshi just missed. At the point is Marincin. Across to Nagy. Works in, waits, shoots. He missed short side. Up the other side, a centering pass. Just missed there from Kristoff. Nagy drops it back, and the puck comes out. 9.5 to go here in the opening period. Slovaks lead 2-0. Nagy back for Cirelli. And now Cirelli had that in the feet of Nagy, and Dano swings back for it. Here is Tomas Tatar. 5 straight 20-plus goal years in the NHL. Hudacek. His first game in this tournament. Back for Tatar. Tatar got tied up and plays it back for Sekera. Now picked up by Hudacek. And a student each. That pass was blocked by Stetcher.
Really,
Joseph fires it down the ice.
Sorry, Gord. That's a really good read by Stetcher. As the Canada power or penalty killers are starting to wear down, he makes a good stick play, intercepts the puck, and they can get it down the ice and get some fresh guys out.
Sekera plays it ahead for Lunter. That long shot goes wide. And Studenic missed. Studenic a centering pass, chipped away by Couturier. And Hudacek goes back for it. Final seconds now, the Slovak power play. No shots for Slovakia on that man advantage.
It's a good kill for Canada. Well done. Now they got to get back to work 5-on-5 here.
Poked ahead by Severson, finds Dubois. Pierre-Luc Dubois fishes it across. The puck bounces away. Lischka has it back and throws it back to center ice. Marchessault up ahead for Strome. Marchessault got tied up, and Boots took the puck away from him. Puck picked up by Stetcher in this bubbling cauldron of a rink. It's like playing a game in a well. Really steep stands. Fans are right on top of you. Now busting in is Nagy. Ladislav Nagy, a shot off the stick of Shabbat. Up and out of play. You're watching the 2019 World Hockey Championship from Košice. An early hole here at the World Championship. Down 2-0 to the host Slovaks, who were 11th the last time the tournament was played in their home country. The last medal, a silver in 2012. That's the year they beat Canada in the quarterfinals. A proud hockey country that loves this sport. A lot of fans here stay up late at night to watch Char and the Bruins play, as Montour comes in and flips that wide. And here is Panik on it. Panik winds it across the line. That pass missed. And Shea Theodore plays it around for Brandon Montour. Up ahead for Jost, who banks it out. And Thomas Tatar goes back to pick it up. Eric Chernak of the Tampa Bay Lightning lined up there by Anthony Mantha. Sekera out to center ice, picked up by Nagy. Nagy works across the line. In comes Nagy, flips it back in front, knocked away by Nurse. And Severson rings that around and finds Couturier along with Cirelli and Reinhart. Couturier for the trailer. Nurse, that was knocked away by Nagy on the back check. Not sure how often we said that in the NHL. Sukel chips that down to the Canadian zone and picks up his own shoot-in. Nagy, by the way, is a cult figure here in Slovakia. They love him, and especially in this city. Cirelli chips that in on Marincin. Brings it back around for Jaros. 6 to go in the opening period. Knocked down by Strome. He finds Stone. Shoots. Kicked away by Rybar. Strome, a centering pass for Stone that bounced away. Now Sekera, tied up by Strome. Marchessault comes in for it. Back to Strome, loose behind the goal. In comes Strome, sends it back, and the shot for Stone was kicked away by Boots. Back of the line, Stetcher unloads. Rybar the save, the rebound poked away from Shabbat. As that was knocked out by Studenic. Hunter lost the puck to Stone. In for Shabbat, a centering pass, Strome, and that bounce off the top of the net.
It's an odd play. Right, Rybar went to go catch it, and he missed it, and it hit the top of the cage.
Lishka brings it back now, along with Feravari, who's jumped in for the trailer. Lunter shoots, that trickles wide. Lunter back on it, Slovak's in the middle of a change. Marchessault drops that back for Shabbat. Tatar knocks down that clearing attempt. And Kristoff couldn't corral the pass. Now Shabbat back with it. Kristoff knocked it away from him. Stone got a stick on it at center ice, as he does so often. Stetcher tied up there by Panik. Panik, a centering pass, just missed by Tatar. Kristoff has it back for Chernak. Eric Chernak with it now. And Stone steals down from him, backhands it way up in the air. Kristoff goes back with Dubois trailing on him. This is the Slovensko chant going up. Long pass missed for Nagy. Montour goes back, and icing is called.
Dylan Strome scored a power play goal in the game against Great Britain. He's going to have a chance here as the puck. Oh, he actually touches it. I don't know if that was going to count then. I thought it was just a deflection off of Shabbat's pass. It goes up in the air. That probably would have been ruled a high stick, but Strome, who really came alive once traded to the Chicago Blackhawks for Nick Schmaltz in late November. 51 points in 58 games after that deal.
Montour goes back. Played ahead by Theodore. He finds McCann. Jared McCann now winds his way in. McCann centers it. Set back across. Mantha shoots, scores on a sweet feed from Kyle Turris. Anthony Mantha has Canada back within one.
Gordon, we talked about these two guys in our open about how they just seem to fit together. Mantha coming off a 25-goal year with the Detroit Red Wings, and Kyle Turris, who really struggled in Nashville, just 7 goals in 55 games. But Turris uses his hands to corral the puck, and then his backhand pass is crisp. Look at McCann, open the lane with his speed. Turris finds the soft spot between Nagy and the defenseman, and Mantha, who can really lean on it, really shoot the puck. He's got his 3rd goal in the last 2 games as he blows this by Rybar in Canada. Not a great first period, yet they're only down 1 now.
Shots are 9-7 Slovakia. Couturier on it now. Looks ahead for Jost. And Tyson Jost takes a swing at that. Picked up by Reinhart below the goal line. Reinhart feeds that back. In comes Nurse. Sean Couturier got clipped with a high stick. A penalty coming out of Slovakia with 3:20 to go in the period. Couturier being checked. And Canada's going to the man advantage, down 2-1. Anthony Mantha, playing in his first World Championship for Canada, has the goal to draw the Canadians within one at 2-1. And now on the power play, after Jarosz's call for high sticking, Sean Couturier. In comes Marchessault, fires, and Rybar makes the glove save.
That's where Marchessault scored in the first game. He ripped one over top of the Finnish goaltender's glove. Lankinen. Another scrum after the whistle. This time he takes the cross-ice pass and walks in. He wants to go up top, but the 6'3" Rybar stays up on his feet long enough to make the glove stop.
A warning now for Turris.
He hates the way that Schukel is lined up on the draw here.
And Schukel wins the faceoff. Sekera tied up by Marchessault, plays it back. Shabbat back in the corner for Marchessault. Flips that back across to Stone, who knocks it down. Mark Stone down to Strome. Feeds it back to Marchessault, taps it back to Shabbat. Thomas Shabbat swings it in. Marchessault walks in, shoots right in front, then back across. Oh, what a chance for Stone! Two chances. The first was blocked by Chernak, and now they clear it down.
Perfectly executed. Strome, a nice pass through the defenseman, and Stone just not able to finish it.
Now Shabbat up ahead for Stone. And that's offside at the Slovak line.
Stone's off the back door. Watch him poach down. Patiently wait, and this terrific pass from Strome is there. Oh, he hits the side of the net. Strome waits. He gets it through the stick and skates of Chernak. Mark Stone has two cracks at it. Can't believe he missed both of them.
I got Marincin going at it with Severson. And the puck tap back to Theodore. Rink wide, he goes to Mantha. Mantha swings that rink wide. Severson works in. Even Severson back for Shea Theodore, a long shot, that deflected wide. Here's Mantha back on it. Stolen by Marincin, and he'll send it down. Under a minute to go now. In the penalty to Slovakia's Christian Jarosz. Shea Theodore drops it back for Couturier. Up ahead to Reinhardt, drops it off for Mantha. Anthony Mantha back for Couturier. Rink wide pass to Severson. Eamon Severson flips it back for Mantha. Mantha drops it back to Theodore, works it in, shoots, scores! Shea Theodore on the power play, and the game is tied at 2.
Canada's second power play goal of the tournament. Goals just under 2 minutes apart. Good puck work gets to Mantha, who goes down low, flips the pass back, and through the screen of Reinhardt, Shea Theodore rips the wrister. He had 12 goals in Vegas this year. Head up, finds the screen, and delivers this right on the net. Rybar doesn't pick it up, and Canada's erased a 2-0 deficit. Anthony Mantha continues his productive couple of days. My mistake, I'm reading the wrong sheet. That's 4 power play goals for Canada.
Goals are hard enough to come by in this tournament. Don't be cheating anybody.
I was looking at the wrong sheet. No, well, happens.
A long day. 4 different power play goal scorers for the Canadians. And a minute and a half to go here in the period. So an early 2-0 hole. And now Canada battles back. Dante Fabro, injured earlier, has not returned. And now Dano is taken down. And play continues. Marco Dano slow to get to his feet. Cirelli gains the offensive blue line, swings that rink wide, walking in. Dubois with a chance. That goes high and wide. Richard Pierre-Luc Dubois in his second full year with Columbus had a great season for them, 27 goals. And now this will be a penalty against Canada as Cirelli winds up hauling down Panik, and with 1:03 to go, in the first period. The Slovaks will go on the power play.
Remember, down 2-0, Canada killed off the first Slovak power play. Now they'll have to do it again here as they enter the last minute of the period, just after Shea Theodore's power play goal had tied the game up. There's the play when Vladislav Nagy was injured, and the left arm is out on Panik, and the penalty is called. Dano, oh yeah, good call, he says at the end. Just after you're telling him how bad he is, and then you say good call.
Where was my penalty? Marco Dano, in the last 5 years, played for 7 pro teams in 2 leagues. We want a goal, they chant. Darnell Nurse off the face-off win by Couturier sends it down the ice. You knew that when Canada lost John Tavares the day before the tournament started, that Couturier was going to play a larger role. He has so far.
Has 1 power play goal in the tournament, but they'll use him as their matchup guy.
Tatar to Panik. Back at the point is Sekera across to Chernak. Swings it down to Tatar. Panik parked in front. Sekera holds the line, feeds across. Chernak shoots. Hurry, save. Rebound, loose in front, knocked away by Nurse. Chernak back with it. Chernak to Sekera, winds and fires. He pounded that high and wide. Chernak to Panik. Rings that around. Sekera goes racing to it, holds the line again. Tatar feeds it back. Chernak walks in. A backhand shot stopped by Murray. 10 seconds to go in the period. Hudacek tied up by Severson. And another penalty coming to Canada. It's going to be a 5-on-3 for a minute 3. That'll likely straddle the period. Now we'll see what this call is.
If it's boarding,
it's 2 and 10. Checking from behind is 2 and 10.
I'm not liking his chances.
So that's a boarding penalty to Severson. It's 2 + 10. Now you got Fabro out of the game already. And now Severson is going to be gone for up to 12 minutes here. So suddenly Canada's short on D.
1 face-off left here. Turris, the right-hander, will take it on his strong side. Earlier in the tournament, as we mentioned, Chernak a 5-on-3 power play goal. They won't have much time to set anything up here. Would be a quick shot if they can, but they'll leak this 5-on-3 into the second period.
Chernak teed up in the one-timer spot. Got to get a player in the box for Canada. That'll be Marchessault.
So this play, if the draw is won by Hudacek, Sekera is going to have 2 options. Slide it to Chernak for the one-timer, or Tatar, who's on the near side, would step back in a one-timer there. Those are his 2 plays, but it all is on this face-off.
And the warning goes to Hudacek, so advantage Canada here. The face-off won by Turris. And Nurse will take that and set it down the ice. The Slovaks will have 58 seconds of 5-on-3 time to open the second period. A wild opening period. Our first intermission is coming up from the 2019 World Hockey Championship.
Come on, buddy. Good work. Good work.
Slovaks open this second period with 58 seconds of 5-on-3 time. 1:55 left in the second Canadian penalty to Damon Severson. So Dante Fabro has not returned to the Canadian bench after being hit in the face with a puck in that first period, just 6 seconds into his first shift of the game. And they got Severson in the box serving 2 and 10 for a hit from behind. So Canada began the game with 7 defensemen. Canada goes with 13 forwards, 7D most often in these tournaments. Now you're down to 5 and killing off a 2-man advantage for the Slovaks to start the period. And here's Andrei Sekera.
Played 9 minutes in the first period.
Drops it back for Hudacek. In comes Hudacek on Nurse. Moves around him. Stetcher steps in. And now Couturier gets a stick on it. And on his backhand makes a tough play to get it down the ice.
It's a good play by Stetcher. He realizes Hudacek really doesn't have an option, so he takes him out behind the net. Slovakia has to go reload.
Cherenak drops it back for Tatar. Rink wide for Hudacek. Nurse gets there. Shields off Hudacek. Now loose puck in front for Panik. All alone. Shoots. Murray makes the save and on the rebound. Back at the point is Sekera. 10 seconds to go in the first penalty. Cherenak swings it across for Tatar. Back for Cherenak, being watched by Couturier. Tatar swings it back. Sekera for Cherenak. In, shoots, hit the skate of Nurse. Cirelli's back on the ice. 50 seconds to go in the second Canadian penalty. In comes Darnell Nurse to fire it down.
Remember the Canada penalty kill down 2-0. Now they have the first minute of this 5-on-3 killed. Now just 35 seconds left to run them both out.
Sekera for Nagy. Bumped there by Stetcher and sent flying. Henrique around for Montour. Puck loose at the side of the goal, picked up by Stetcher. And a great piece of penalty clearing there by Troy Stetcher to bring it across the line. Brought down by Dano, and Stetcher gives Dano a slash. Antoshi streaking in now for Slovakia. Banks it back for Marincin. Swings it across. Nagy, a hard shot, deflected, score! Looked like Dano might have got the last touch. And the power play goal gives the Slovaks a 3-2 lead.
Well, within 5 seconds of killing it all off, Slovakia scores on the power play. Terrific rush in by Lantosi with speed. Dano's going to get to the front of the net. I'm not sure who's going to get credit with this. I don't think it's Dano. As Nagy shoots the one-timer, this is going to hit Stetcher twice and deflect past Matt Murray. I think it's going to be Nagy, but the scorers will box this around for a while, and Slovakia retakes the lead.
Farivari goes back with Marchessault trailing on him. Now bouncing puck for Strome. Dylan Strome plays it around for Marchessault. Crisscrossing with Strome. Back for Montour. Marchessault in, shoots, kicked away by Rybar. Dano gets credit for the goal initially. See if that gets changed. Marchessault off the side of the goal. Rybar knocked that away. Loose for Strome. Plays it back for Montour. Long wrist shot. That deflected wide. And Theodore can't hold the line for Canada. Lead pass chipped in by McCann. Farivari goes back. McCann steps into him. Tatar up ahead for Boots. David Boots works in. Panik a centering pass, missed Tatar. Montour plays it out. And McCann has it back. Lead pass. In comes Mantha all alone. Shoots. Rybar makes the stop. In tight on Anthony Mantha. In comes Panik the other way, and back and forth they go. Panik, a centering pass, goes off the stick of Tatar and back out. Studenic drives it across the the line, moves around Shabbat. Studenic centers it. Bouncing puck in front, put wide by Krzysztof.
A power play goal has energized Slovakia again. Canada came back nicely with the 2 goals in just over 2 minutes to tie the game late in the first period.
Mantha flips that ahead. In comes Shabbat. Rybar way out of the net. Shabbat with it now. And Rybar gets back in the net. Krzysztof knocked that away. Joe's got it poked away by Studenic. In comes Studenic. They'll call a hand pass at center ice.
Anthony Mantha's had another terrific game. A beautiful goal off a sweet Kyle Turris pass. And then Mantha's going to set up Shea Theodore's power play goal. He also takes a nice pass just moments ago. Jared McCann, that's been Canada's best line. As Mantha's in clear. Turned aside by Rybar.
News from a Canadian bench is that Dante Fabro will not return tonight.
Obviously a significant cut around his mouth area.
Remember, Damon Severson is still serving a 10-minute misconduct for checking from behind. Reinhardt back to Theodore, shoots. That bounces wide. That is a very punitive penalty in the IIHF. Checking to the head, hitting from behind, boarding. All 2 and 10. Theodore, a long shot. That bounces around. Now loose for Couturier. Couldn't get a shot away. They've now changed the goal again, giving it to Ladislav Nagy. Loose in front. Couturier spins and fires. That's blocked. Loose puck at the center of the goal. Cirelli with a chance. Right in the goal line. And Rybar's down. The puck stays out. They're still battling away for it.
Cirelli is wedging away at that, fighting for the puck. Obviously, you can't see where it is. Looked like Rybar eventually had it.
Budacek was on top of Cirelli.
Rybar can't collect it. This is from the ref cam. The puck is somewhere underneath. Oh, there it is. Oh, wait a minute. If Dano reached out and pulled it in with his glove,
that's a penalty shot.
That's a penalty shot. Maybe we'll get a better look at it here. Now watch Dano. Now you can't see where the puck is.
Wow.
It looks like it's such a mess there that nobody's going to get a good look at it.
Puck's further
Here's
out.
The puck. Oh, so the puck's...
Well, hang on, then Dano does reach out.
But the play might be blown dead by then. Look at that. What a mass of humanity. And Cirelli's just digging away like he's digging a ditch. Can't get the puck past Rybar. Rybar couldn't cover it. Now there's the puck. It's clearly out of the net. Reinhardt misses it. Couturier misses it. And there it is just sitting there.
Shabbat plays it down for Stone, trying to chip that back in front, picked up by Jaros. He's slammed down by Marchessault. Lunter works in, feeds it back across, quick shot, Murray save, rebound, score! Liška, 4-2 Slovakia.
Gordon, this is almost the way Liška scored in the first period. Canada burned on a turnover. A man advantage break. Liška to the front of the net to bang it in. Marchessault lays out Marincin, but it opens up the 3-on-2. Liška's right by the front of the net. He actually stops the shot himself. It pops up in the air. And for the second time tonight, Slovakia is up by a pair. Matt Murray with the initial stop off the blocker. Up in the air, Liška was able to push it in the open net. Canada's going to have to do it again. Dig themselves out from a 2-goal hole.
Now Turris swings back for it. Nurse lays that around for Stetcher. Now picked out by Stetcher. Up ahead for McCann. Jared McCann to Mantha. Canada had to get back on side as Nurse fires it in. Stetcher comes in, seals the wall on Fenervari. Turris trying to dig that free. Now it's picked up by Kristoff, and a penalty coming. Going to be a cross-checking call against Tatar. And so Canada's going to the power play here with just over 5 gone in the period. And meanwhile, Panik is into it with Mantha.
Here's the penalty coming up on Tatar as he buries Stetcher with the cross-check. So Canada, who scored a power play goal in the first period, Shea Theodore to tie the game at 2 on what has turned into a wild night here. We'll go back to the power play.
That Slovak logo on Tatar's sweater. Last week, the Slovak parliament voted that the Slovak national team has to wear the Slovakia logo, not the Slovak Ice Hockey Federation logo, which is a little different. On the eve of the tournament, they had to redo their uniforms.
Good business for the crest maker.
Turris, Strome, Marchessault, and Stone in the forwards, and the puck flips out on the face-off win by Suko. Marchessault, lead pass for Stone. And a whacking right is Chernak, and Lishka sends it out. Turris up ahead for Strome, who chips that in. At the line, Turris can't hold it, brought back by Suko, shorthanded. In comes Suko. And the Slovaks are changing. Stone knocks Suko off the puck, and Suko gives it back to Stone. Turris up ahead for Strome. Winds it across the line. Yarrow straightened him up, and now Stone feeds it across for Marchessault. Jonathan Marchessault sends it back to Shabbat. Stone feeds Marchessault in, shoots. That was blocked by Marincin. Marchessault back for Shabbat. Centering pass, bounces around. Lutner couldn't clear it out. Back is Marchessault. Walks in, shoots, scores! Jonathan Marchessault, power play goal. Canada's back within 1.
Canada's red-hot power play continues. 5 on the tournament, 2 of them tonight. Theodore in the second period, Marchessault here. Just under a couple of minutes after falling down by 2 again. Lunter can't get the puck out. Shabbat finds Marchessault, who walks in and blows this right past Patrick Rybar through the legs of Marincin, through the legs of Rybar, and it's 4-3.
Jonathan Marchessault, the Vegas Golden Knights, led them in playoff goal scoring a year ago. So 4-3 it is. Still got more than half the game to play. Tchaikovsky works in, drops it back down. A high shot goes off the glass. In Bratislava, Sweden leads Norway 6-0 in the second period. Darnell Nurse banks it off the glass. In comes Dubois. Fehervary got their first icing called against Canada.
Marchessault's got 2 power play goals in the tournament. Points in each of the 3 games.
First time playing for Canada internationally. Guy's been underestimated really his whole career, Ray. 4 really productive years in the Quebec League. Wasn't drafted, but as a free agent to Connecticut of the American League. Then a year after that, signed as a free agent by Columbus. Moved on to Florida. They made a deal with Vegas to not take Nick Bjugstad. Marshall wound up in Vegas, and he went wild for the Golden Knights.
And Bjugstad's in Pittsburgh now. That deal didn't turn out so well.
That was Riley Smith and Marchessault wound up going to Vegas, and both have been productive players for them. Icing call brings a face-off back to the Canadian zone.
Marchessault's led the Golden Knights in scoring 2 years in a row.
Face-off warning to Adam Henrique now. Off the draw, played back to Sekera. Nurse shielded off Sukel. Now Joseph. Across for Pierre-Luc Dubois. Nurse swats at it. Dubois. Banks out ahead, poked out by Henrique. In comes Kudanic. Drops it back, Sekera in, shoots, glove saved by Murray, and he'll hang on. 11:52 to go in the second period. Slovakia leads Canada 4-3. Festival atmosphere here in Košice and in Bratislava, this World Championship. Two things these fans love, hockey and their beer. So the concession stands, they're going to call them that, are overwhelmed by fans, and they just set up tables full of beer outside them. You pay your money cash, grab a glass, and away you go.
But you can't take it into the stands.
Nope.
So they're all going at it pretty good. They got to put them away in the hallway.
Yeah, the admissions are packed. Lead pass for Couturier busting in. Sean Couturier got poke checked there by Jarosz. Played back, Stetcher with it now. Troy Stetcher works in, shoots pinball just wide, that went off Jarosz. And bounces back to Reinhart. Reinhart to Stetcher. Across the Theodore, feed for Reinhart, works it back in front. Chance for Cirelli, shoots, scores! Anthony Cirelli. And Canada has once again tied the game, this time at 4.
Gord, this is one of those games that will never be under control. I know there's half of it left, but it won't be under control because it's a night there's too many bounces. The puck's bouncing around erratically, and as much as you try to get this thing under control, just not going to happen. Watch how this play develops here. The puck's going to bounce around, stopped once, it's sitting right there, and Cirelli's the guy to find it, but he doesn't even get it into the net clean. It hits the goaltender's pad and out. Cirelli, who had a terrific rookie year in Tampa Bay, 19 goals, a third-round pick in 2015. He gets to it again and slams it off of Rybar, who, for the second time, has watched a 2-goal lead evaporate.
It was 2-0, then 2-2, then 4-2, now 4-4. That took a funny bounce off the corner stanchion, almost wound up in front. Nurse plays that back in. It was knocked down by Boots. 9 gone in the second period. The atmosphere here is just electric. Fans taking a break to catch their breath. They'll be back on their feet, chanting and clapping again, and away we go. This is day 4. In comes Turris. Kyle Turris with it now. You also whistle when you have the puck in the offensive zone for a while.
Yeah, that's a new one. I like that. It would be annoying to
Mantha
play.
Drops it back. Montour shoots. That's blocked. Montour again, and the stop is made by Rybar.
That one rattles around in his pads. And it must be tough for the goalies here to relax and to be composed again. They've each had 4 pucks past them in a half a game. Really good puck movement here as Reinhart goes across the seam to Cirelli. Nice pass by Theodore to get this started. Sorelli one stop, and then he gets there before Christoph.
Damon Severson, by the way, is about a minute and a half from his 10-minute misconduct expiring. Must feel like an hour for him. It straddled the period as well. Marceau shoots. That's knocked away by Rybar.
It was also 2-2 when he went into penalty box.
Dano drops it back for Chernak. Shoots. He fired that wide. Marceau picks it free for Stone. Stone up ahead for Shabbat, who's jumped in. Thomas Shabbat feeds it back in deep. Marchessault feeds that back for Theodore. Shea Theodore in for Marchessault. Works his way in. Marchessault sends it back in front. That goes off the skate of Sekera. Lantoshi winds his way through, and Stone flattened him with a check. Sekera up for Dano. Lays that down to the Canadian zone. Matt Murray swatted at that. Now Shabbat. Turn that over, bounces back. Tchaikovsky a long shot, and the glove save is made by Murray. You're watching the 2019 World Hockey Championship from Košice, Slovakia. What a night for the host team. Grabbed an early lead, gave it up, took it back, given it up. Haven't trailed yet the game. Who knows what the last 29 and a half minutes or more will bring. Sorelli chips that down. Cox plays it ahead for Slovakia. Couturier bumped it to Nagy. Darnell Nurse around for Sam Reinhart. Plays it back down to the Slovak zone. Sorelli was reaching for it. And Sukol turns it over to Couturier. Grunic takes it back, and now Reinhart digging for it. Sukol trying up by Sorelli. And now Sukol has to swing back. Sukol, flushed by Sorelli, who falls in behind the goal. Stevenson should be out on the next whistle. Stetcher has Tatar go around him. Henrique comes back to poke that away. In the open corner, Yarrow steps up now. Lays it down for Panik. At the line is Marincin. That shot was blocked by Joseph. Christoph takes the return pass. Christoph trying to find Tatar with it. Nurse is on him. Christoph now feeds it back. Yarrow shoots. That's blocked by Henrique. A lead pass now. Just out of the reach of Tyson Jost. Brought back now. In comes Tatar. Thomas Tatar in. Shoots. Murray makes a stop. Rebound. Score! Thomas Tatar! 5-4.
Right when this puck went into the bench, Kirk Muller started talking into his wrist. He's talking to the video judge, or to the video coach for Team Canada. Should this be reviewed or not? Yes, it should.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think the people here are going to like this call. Richard Panik goes to the front of the net, and he runs right into Matt Murray. I would be shocked if Canada doesn't challenge this.
Kyle Turris has skated over and informed Tobias Bjork that Canada will challenge.
This one, in my opinion, and you know how much I like goals, I think this one needs to get waved off. Panik has to at least make an effort to avoid Matt Murray. I don't think he does at all. A lot of times you're so worried about getting to the front of the net, you lose where you are on the ice, and Panik just skates right into him. Tatar made a pretty sweet play on the rebound. He showed the patience of a goal scorer in the hands as he flipped it up over Murray. Watch Richard Panik. He's not really in a battle here with Nurse. Nurse goes out of the way and Panik ends up right on top of him. As soon as he brushes up against him, Murray's in the blue paint to make matters worse for Panik. Yeah, I don't think that's going to count. This will be a good look at it here. Nurse is into him, but so is Panik.
They haven't shown it here yet on the scoreboard. They'll show it after the decision is made.
Murray doesn't field it cleanly, which makes this possible, and Tatar with a little deep to his forehand to chip it up over top of him.
Well, we saw one disallowed yesterday that almost everyone thought should have counted for Germany, but didn't.
Your chant, Gord.
We want a goal. Works in multiple situations. So now you've got Manuel Nikolic of Austria talking to the video goal judge. Seems like a long review.
I wonder if they're looking at, was it Nurse or Panik that really caused the issue?
Right. Kirk Muller talking to Alain Vigneault on the bench. Muller was on the, you said, on the microphone right away.
He's talking again. Now, there is a time you stop guessing at these. They're looking at every conceivable angle and they're discussing it. I find the longer these go, the more confusing they get because you almost start to guess at them. At least we do. Murray doesn't hold on to it, which is the first issue, and then it's really whose contact makes the biggest difference. But the fact that it's Panik at all, to me, says it shouldn't count.
By the way, Tyler Dietrich is Canada's video coach. This is a really long review. Well, we got the decision now, and we'll get the call from Manuel Nikolic.
It is determined that there was goaltender interference, therefore we have no goal.
So that turns the temperature up even higher. Craig Ramsey talking to Nikolic. You talk about guys that love to score. By definition, they hate to have them taken back. By the way, Damon Severson has been released. Back up there for Canada now, up to 6 defensemen. So 4-4 it is. It's 8-0 in the second period in Bratislava, Sweden over Norway. Tatar pokes it ahead in the feet of Severson, works it loose, Tatar in, shoots! Oh, what a stop by Murray! Oh.
Wouldn't that have been something?
Now a chance for Kristoff, that's blocked by Nurse.
Gord, I said when Canada tied it up, I don't feel like this is ever going to get settled down. Here's exhibit A, B, and C in the next 30 seconds.
Off the end boards, Marchessault pokes that around. Stone waiting for it in the corner for Strome. Back for Stone to knock that down with a high stick. Nagy plays it back to center, knocked down by Darnell Nurse. In for Marchessault. Marchessault, centering pass, just missed Strome. Now brought back by Nagy. In comes Ladislav Nagy for Sukol, loose in the slot. Sukol had it taken away by Stone. Lead pass for Turris, in on Farivari. They collide in the corner. Turris pokes it loose. Turris tried to pull it around and Koch knocked him down. This is wild. McCann winning the Koch. Now Turris. That long shot off a stick goes up and out of play.
Right off the face-off after a disallowed goal, Thomas Tatar is going to hang on to this puck, chip it into Severson's feet, and then get it past him. Now it's him and Matt Murray. He goes to his forehand. Murray stays with him nicely and makes the blocker stop. This Tatar wants to go up over top of the shoulder. Sticks with this puck nicely. It's still rolling on him. Tries to sell him to the backhand and get it up top, but can't quite get it there.
By the way, the ticket went off the board in Bratislava. Video review has taken the 8th Swedish goal away, so it's 7-0 there. An icing called against the Slovaks.
25 goals in a pretty resurgent year in Montreal after a disappointing trade to Vegas. Just didn't work out for him there. He was a healthy scratch through much of the playoffs. Tatar moved to Montreal in the Max Pacioretty deal, and man, it just fit there.
Couturier wins that face-off back to Shabbat. Feeds it down to Reinhart. Sam Reinhart lays it around for Couturier. Broke free by Cirelli. Jarosz picks it up. Now moved by Shabbat. Icing indicated, and Stetcher gets there in time. And the crowd doesn't like that either.
I can't imagine these 4 officials are the most popular folks in this building right now. Adam Lischke has a couple of goals tonight. He only had 4 this year in the KHL, playing in Bratislava.
His first year in the KHL as a 19-year-old.
Pretty tough goal as a 19-year-old playing in an older league. He had 12 goals a year in junior, the year before prior in junior.
In comes Theodore. Shea Theodore in, shoots. That's off a stick and high. Picked up by McCann. Jared McCann spins back, centers it. And Turris couldn't corral that. Lunter lifts that out. And Lischke runs into Montour. Theodore up ahead for Henrique. Adam Henrique finds Mantha moving in. Anthony Mantha with the puck at his feet. And Lischke has it back now for the Slovak. Marinson in the corner with it up ahead for Lischke. And Henrique drops it back to Mantha. Theodore up for Henrique. Mantha stays onside. Henrique with it. Feeds it back to Severson. Severson just missed the stick of Dubois. Comes up the other side to Lantoshi. He's bumped by Dubois. Loose now for Jost. Tyson Jost. Corrals the bouncing puck. Feeds it back to Severson. Jost. Back for Nurse. Rolling puck. Swats that towards the goal, and Rybar knocks that away. Severson. Back to Jost. Now Severson shoots. And it goes off the end boards to Dubois. Dubois centering pass for Severson that skipped over his stick and back out and race for it. Now Lantoshi, he can fly, moving in on Jost. Lantoshi throws it back in front, and that's blocked by a sprawling Darnell Nurse. Here's Dubois with it. Up ahead for Jost, that pass misfired. Chernak goes back. Late pass for Hudacek. Tied up the line. It goes in behind the goal for Panik. Feeds it back for Chernak. Chernak moves around Stone. Chernak bangs that back down at the Tatar. Spins off Stetcher, feeds it back. Sekera winds and shoots, and Matt Murray through the traffic snaps the glove out and makes the stop. 4-4 here in Kosice. Here at Steel Arena in Kosice. Shots on goal are 21-19 in favor of Slovakia in a 4-4 tie. Canada trying to make a late change. Slovaks are the home team in this game. They have the last change. Thomas Tatar's been right in the middle of things all night tonight.
Had a goal in the first game. That one waved off on a breakaway here in this middle period.
Tatar fell, it's chipped ahead, and back goes Sekera to pick it up. Couturier battles in the corner for it. Christoph for Panik, that's stolen away. Sorelli swatted out, now Tatar back the other way with Panik. Tatar works in, Panik couldn't reach that pass, Stetcher goes in on him. Now Christoph, lost the puck to Sorelli. Sorelli working in on his Tampa teammate Eric Chernak, and now Shabbat sends it in. Sekera had it stolen away by Sorelli. Chernak lost it to Turris, a long wrist shot by Severson goes wide. Bouncing puck at the side of the goal goes to Reinhardt. Back to Turris. Severson. Back across to Stetcher, shoots, Rybar save, rebound, scores! Sorelli standing in front. And Stetcher banked it home. It's 5-4 Canada as the Canadians lead for the first time.
Kind of an odd goal. Stetcher throws it to the net from a pretty sharp angle. And it ends up working its way through Patrick Rybar. Sorelli's doing the work in front. That's Sorelli and Chernak, teammates in Tampa Bay. Chernak's going to go behind the net with Reinhardt. That's Stetcher's goal.
That's padding in.
Stetcher had 2 goals this year for the Vancouver Canucks. That's going to be it.
Wow. With 3:20 to go in the period, out goes Rybar. In comes Marek Chiliak, who was in goal against the Finns for the loss on Saturday. Allowed 3 goals on 26 shots.
It's 5 on 19. 5 on 20 for Rybar.
Chiliak began the year with Bratislava of the KHL, then moved to Brno in the Czech League midway through the year. For Slovakia's best goaltender is sitting on the bench in Boston these days, Jaroslav Halak. McCann on it.
Sorry, Gord, for the first time, Slovakia plays from behind, Canada with the lead.
McCann for Turris. That was poked away. Now Nurse back to pick it up. Oh, we're a long way from done here, though. Darnell Nurse gains center ice and fires that in. Mantha back on it. Dubois comes into the forecheck. And Theodore knocks it down. Adam Henrique backs him up. Henrique looks down to Mantha. Shields off Farivari. Mantha to Montour. Back for Theodore. Works around Studenic. Theodore still with it. Feeds that back to Montour. Canada changing now as Henrique has it. To Montour. Tyson Jost. Works it back to Theodore. Shea Theodore shoots, hits a leg and goes wide. And now Dubois races to it. Farivari stepped into him. Nagy up ahead for Studenic. And Montour goes back to the loose puck. Montour. Lost the handle. And the lead pass goes to Lantoshi, but the play was offside at the Canadian line. 1:39 to go in the second period.
5 goals on 15 shots for Patrick Rybar. And we'll see how the complexion of the game changes for Craig Ramsay. They've been in front or tied for all of it. Now they have to chase.
Dano banks it out. Strome works his way in. Dylan Strome winds in, feeds it across. That shot by Stone deflected away. Stone feeds it back. Chabot shoots. That goes just wide. Here's Strome with it. Feeds it back to Stetcher. Shoots. It goes off a leg and wide. The longest we've gone without a goal in this game is the opening 7 minutes and 14 seconds. Yarosh drops. Lantoshi works in. And now Marchessault lifts it back out. Final minute now of the second period. Sekera for Kristoff. Couturier on him. Kristoff plays it back in the corner. Chabot. And the takeaway by Panik. Panik for Kristoff. His centering pass is knocked down. Cirelli banks it back out. A race for it now. And again, it's Cirelli and Chernak. And Cirelli poked that ahead. Sekera plays it out. Panik. Pass for Kristoff goes off his leg. Tatar able to hold the line. Panik goes rink wide. Cirelli gets a stick on that. At the line. Held by Chernak. Severson knocks it down in the final second. And after a wild second period, Canada goes to the dressing room up 5-4 on Slovakia. Our second intermission is coming up.
we have no goal.
Stetcher, the 25-year-old from Richmond, BC, has the go-ahead goal for Canada. Eric Chiliak takes over late in that second period for Patrick Rybar, who allowed 5 goals to Canada. And Matt Murray has hung in there, 4 goals on 22 shots in a wild back-and-forth game here in Kosice tonight.
Tatar's disallowed goal would have made it 5-4 Slovakia, and then Stetcher with about 3.5 minutes left in the second period with a sharp angled goal that spelled the end of Patrick Rybar tonight.
Alexander Wenberg, by the way, has 4 points for Sweden, their 8-0 lead over Norway. He arrived today.
Speaking of arriving, the U.S. just added Werenski to their lineup from Columbus. And
Zach Werenski will certainly help.
Another mobile guy for them.
Chernak with it. Canada has 1 roster spot left open. We missed it earlier. Dante Fabbro was injured early in this game, took a puck in the face as Eric Chernak works in. Chernak sends it back in. That's knocked away by Severson and brought back by Anthony Mantha. That rolled off his stick to Sekera. Up for Panik. Here is Sekera. Up ahead to Nagy. Ladislav Nagy shoots, and Murray's got that. He'll hang on.
Pretty important intermission for Matt Murray to get his feet back underneath him. He gave up 2 goals in the first, 2 goals in the second. Ladislav Nagy has a goal and an assist tonight. The battle between your ears becomes the most significant one. Can you calm yourself down to play the position the way that you need to play it?
Face-off won by Couturier. Cirelli up ahead for Reinhart. And Sukol goes back for the Slovaks. Jaros plays it around Nagy at the wall, sealed by Stetcher. Nagy plays it around to Marincin. That's knocked down by Reinhart. A centering pass for Couturier, still loose, and Cirelli couldn't reach that. Cirelli's been all over the puck tonight. And knocks that ahead for Reinhart. Here comes Cirelli again on Marincin. Such a great skater is Cirelli. Works that free on Marincin.
And the tenacity to his game that makes him hunt the puck. Really tough guy to play against.
Now picked free by Nagy. Goes rink wide. Studenic had that poked away. And Studenic swings back for the Slovaks. Slovakia's got Germany on Wednesday. Canada will play France on Thursday. 2 days off coming up. Dano. Rink wide for Lantoshi. Feeds that back there. A very long shot. That goes just wide, might have been tipped by Dano.
He's all alone in front of the net.
Played out by Darnell Nurse, who's on track for a 25-minute night for Canada. The injury to Favreau, then a 10-minute misconduct to Damon Severson, upping the ice time for the remaining defenseman for Canada. Theodore to Stone. Feeds it back across. Stone in, shoots, and Chiliak makes the stop, and Stone didn't like that from Dano, gives him a bop.
Stone's been pretty rambunctious tonight. He's had a couple of big hits, and here he's giving it to Dano as he didn't like getting taken into the end boards, and now having a discussion with the official. Nice breakout pass. Will open up this play. Stone shot hits Chiliak, and
here's what he didn't like.
Yeah, you're right. That's what he didn't like, and then when he gets tight to him, he gives him a little bit of a poke in the nose back.
Bleeding. Have to get that attended to. You can't go back on the ice with blood dripping out. So happy birthday, Mark Stone, on your 27th. Adam Henrique works loose in the corner. Henrique, a centering pass, tipped wide there by Matthew Joseph. His fourth line goes to work for Canada. Chabot back to pick it up. Turn it over. Boots with a shot on the side of the goal. David Boots back with it. Bangs that back to Sekera. Long shot tipped high by Joe, and the puck goes up and out.
Mark Stone's had a tough time getting on the board, and there's been at times I think his frustration has played out in his physical play, but he has been solid. What a great hit on Lantoshi. Here's that last play on with Marco Dano, but Stone is such a terrific player. He's all over the puck. If you play with him, you're going to get chances. When the play looks like it's gone, Stone will find you a chance. Steal the puck, get it back to the front of the net.
Tchaikovsky's shot goes off the foot of Anthony Mantha, up and out. Stone, a native of Winnipeg, a 6th round pick by Ottawa back in 2010. At the 2012 World Junior, scored 7 goals in 6 games for Canada. That was your first World Junior for TSN.
Yep, and we thought, you know, he's not bad. He, you know, maybe his skating needs a little work, and then all of a sudden his skating didn't need much more work, and he's a bona fide 30-goal scorer now. I was giggling away there. Stone was on the bench, still giving it to the ref.
That pass for McCann missed. And Tchaikovsky was back. Icing called against the Canadians.
We used to come over here and ask, you'd ask the official, do you speak English? If he said yes, that was a bad answer for him.
Well, Craig Ramsey, the coach for Slovakia, doesn't speak Slovak very well, and talked about the issues that causes for him when you are trying to make an in-game adjustment. He's got to say it to usually the assistant coach who translates it to the players, but
or some of the players, like, you know, he could tell something to Tatar to relay it to the guy next to him. The problem becomes if it doesn't get relayed the right way or quick enough.
Another racing call against Canada.
A long and varied coaching career Craig Ramsey has had.
And a great playing career.
Terrific two-way player.
One of the most trusted players Scotty Bowman ever had when he coached him in Buffalo. Turris for the face-off. It's the warning. I like this better than kicking the guy out, don't you?
Yeah, because kicking the guy out just leads to more delay. Everybody kind of skates around. This way you put the warning up, and it's the same thing, basically.
Mantha gloves it down. Ahead he goes. In comes Turris. Kyle Turris on it now. Got squeezed there by Ferravari, and Jaros picks it up. Throws it back to center ice where Stetcher gathers it up for Mantha. Anthony Mantha winds across the line around Suko. Shoots, and Chiliak made the stop on that. Mantha knocked down Nagy. Like knocking down your dad. Ferravari shoots it in.
You're much smaller, Dad. Mantha's a big kid.
Couturier chips that out, and Cherenak sends it back in, knocked down by Severson. Pass at center ice, missed Cirelli. Nicely waved off as Sekera plays it around. Couturier knocks it down for Canada. Reinhardt a quick look. Sam Reinhardt tied up by Sekera, spins away from that. Reinhardt almost lost the handle there as Sekera was trailing him, and now Theodore. Up ahead to Severson, rink winding goes to Reinhardt. Moves it by Sekera with Cirelli and Couturier coming in as well. Reinhardt. And they go off a skate. Stays with it. Couturier comes in to seal the wall. Poke free for Kristoff. Now at the line, held again by Stetcher, who fires it back in. Shabbat. Down to Cirelli. Sekera picks it up. End of a long shift for him, and now you have to stay on. Strome finds Stone. Chips it back in front at the line. Stetcher can't hold it. Troy Stetcher swings that around for Strome. Marincin blocked the wall. And now Strome plays it around for Shabbat. Marchessault was waiting for it at center ice, but Marincin stepped in front of him. Now Strome with Stone. Dylan Strome works in. Poke check neatly by Dano. Good job defensively on Marco Dano. Koch spins away from Stone. And Stone almost stole that puck. Nurse steps up. Feeds it back to Marchessault. Swings it across to Shabbat in stride. In comes Thomas Shabbat. Bumped there by Marincin. Lunter moves that to Marincin. Lead pass for Lischka. Now Lunter feeds it down to Lischka. Loose in front. Hrdicek with a chance. That's turned away. And now Dubois has it back for Canada. Pierre-Luc Dubois chips that down in the Slovak zone. Jarosz goes back. Joe stepped into him. And Jarosz, pardon me, Lischka is down on the side of the net. And they're both going to go. 13:27 to go here in the third period.
Team Canada number 18, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Team Slovakia number 23, 2 minutes for diving.
Pierre-Luc Dubois goes off for a cross check for Canada, but Adam Lischka goes as well for diving as he embellished it.
It was a pretty bad dive. Lischka's got a couple of goals here. He's saying, oh, you cross-checked me, but it was an easy call for the official.
Lischka, as you mentioned, played 1 year for Kitchener in the Ontario League in 2017-2018. Here it is.
It'd almost be a double minor. The dive was so bad. A little 4-on-4 play.
Yeah, 13.5 to go in the third period. Face off won by Turris. Severson. Brendan Montour, by the way, has left for Canada, so back down to 5D. As away comes Tatar on the 4-on-4. Nurse stays with him. That's poked away by Severson. And now Severson, who sat out 10 minutes earlier, will get increased minutes as Farivari moves it on Nurse, and Darnell Nurse poke checks that away from him. This is the Darnell Nurse we saw array at the 2015 World Junior. Named one of the top 3 players for Canada by the coaching staff. Just a beast of the shutdown pair.
Able to chew up huge minutes, and with the way the defense was in Edmonton this year, he got forced into more and more minutes. He handled it well. 41 points on the season, but it's the way he was able to become more and more reliable, his reads becoming more and more sure. Said the game slowed down a little bit for him, and hasn't missed a game in the last couple of years either. He's become very durable.
Sekera plays it across. Suko back for Nagy, works in. Ladislav Nagy holds, feeds it back in front. Chernak fires, he pounded that wide.
Oh, he had time to.
Chabot back for Theodore. Lead pass goes to Thomas Chabot, winding in. 4-on-4. Chabot drops it back, and the puck swept out by Nagy. In comes Sam Reinhart with Couturier. Reinhart in, can't get a shot away. Sekera knocked that away. Nagy had it bounce off Theodore, right to Couturier. Sean Couturier feeds out in front. It's picked off by Suko. Chabot feeds it back to Theodore. And the teams are back to 5-on-5 as Dubois and Lischka step back on. Cirelli moves in. Steps around Hudacek. And now Tchaikovsky gets bumped there by Jost. Marincin. Centering pass. Picked off by Nurse at center ice, and he fires it back in. Marincin. Long lead pass for Hudacek off his stick. Up and out of play.
Erik Chernak can really shoot the puck. Look at him coming in late here. Everybody's focused on the puck, and Nagy's pass is on the tape. He's got time to tee it up, but he's got to shoot it around Sam Reinhart. Reinhart does a nice job of getting into the lane. Chernak not very happy with himself as he missed the net.
Nurse across to Severson, ahead for Stone. Rink wide pass for Strome, a delayed offside coming here. Gives the Slovaks time to bring it out. Tchaikovsky was blocked by Stone. Up for Marchessault. Jonathan Marchessault. Stone leaves it there. Severson plays it across to Nurse. Has time. In, shoots. And Chiliak makes the stop. Hudacek went racing for the rebound, but it's knocked down by Stone. Stone's dad, Bob, said he and his brother, Michael rather, spent their time as kids playing ball hockey on a gravel road. That's why they have such good hands. Stone is unbelievable. Boots drops it back, and a hard shot pounded wide there by Lunter. And now Koch can't hold the line as Mantha bore in on him. In comes Boots now, being watched by Stetcher. Stetcher pokes that away. Mantha drops it back. Past the midway point now of the period. The pass misses Turris, and icing called against Team Canada.
Shea Theodore's got a goal and an assist today, but now down to 5 defensemen. Canada's got to be pretty sharp about the lengths of their shifts as they defend this 1-goal lead.
Turris for the face-off against Kristoff. Now goes back to Sekera. Winds around McCann. Walks right in, feeds it back in, and Tatar couldn't reach it.
What a play by Mantha. Mantha got confused with Turris out at the top. He retreated to the front of the net, and he intercepted the pass, which would have been an empty cage for Turris.
In comes Tatar with it now. Tatar drops it back for Sekera. Finds Kristoff with it. Krzysztof back to Sekera. That shot goes off the foot of Turris. Krzysztof missed Tatar with that pass. Now Chernak with it. That was blocked by Reinhardt. Sekera. Around for Tatar. Down to Krzysztof. Shoots. That deflects wide. Reinhardt waiting for it. Chops at it. Hit the linesman with that clearing attempt. It likely would have been icing otherwise. Feel the building shaking. Marincin, that pass picked off by Severson, who one hands that end, and Couturier flips it down to the Slovak zone. Marincin to Jaros. Christian Jaros, rink wide, he goes to Nagy. Pumps that down to the Canadian zone. Here's Nurse on it now. Nurse couldn't clear it up, picked off. Sukol drops it back. Marincin in, shoots. Murray makes the stop. Rebound. Sukol spins and fires. They score! Vladislav Nagy, and the game is tied at 5.
Wild scramble after Matt Murray makes a fantastic stop on Martin Marincin. Slovakia gets to the loose puck, and this puck is flung to the net. It hits Nurse. It hits the shin pad, I believe, of Severson, and it's in the net. Watch in front of the net. Yeah, this is off of Severson's leg. Murray makes an unbelievable stop on Marincin. It looks like they're out of danger, but the puck turns over, and seconds later, it's 5-5.
Looks like Sukol's goal. Here we go again, back to even. Brought in by Lantoshi now. Lantoshi spins back in front of Shabbat. Fehérváry feeds it back to Koch. He fires it wide. And now Shabbat waiting for it for Canada. Lantoshi moves it on Theodore. Lantoshi holds. And it's poke checked away by Dubois. Dubois moves it around Lunter. And Lunter steals it, kicks that ahead. Bouncing puck. That's knocked away from Lischka by Dubois.
There's going to be nothing easy about tonight's game.
Lunter winds his way in. Being watched there by Theodore. And now Shabbat with it. Chernak. In for Lischka. Theodore stepped away from Boots. Fehérváry. Back to center ice, knocked in by Stetcher. And the play is called at the Slovak line. 5-5 the score, 6:45 to go in regulation. For the first time in 15 meetings against Canada at the World Hockey Championship, the Slovaks have scored 5 goals. And the comes in with a record of 10-2-2 against the Slovaks. The last loss in 2012 in the quarterfinals. As Nurse fires it in the first two meetings between Slovakia and Canada, the World Championship, were two ties. Kyle Turris picks that free, drops it back. Nurse with a shot, punched out by Chiliak, who came off the bench in a tough situation late in the second period after his team had given up the fourth goal, or the fifth goal rather. Mantha sends it in. Jarosz lays that around. Knocked down at center ice by Tatar. He's got Marincin with him. Tatar tried to thread that ahead. It was knocked down by Marchessault. Stolen by Kristoff, and a quick save there by Murray. Now Turris tied up by Tatar. Feeds across to Panik. Panik works in. Couldn't get a shot away, and Turris lets out a penalty coming now. And it's going to go to Canada. Farivari fires it in. And with 5:49 to go in the third period, Slovakia is going to the power play as Anthony Mantha goes off. Slovakia on the power play here. 5:49 to go in the third period. Face-off won by Canada's Sean Couturier. The puck fired down the ice by Stetcher. Martin Marincin winds through center ice, drops that back with the pass. Missed. Lantoshi has to retreat. For Kristoff, the pass missed. Severson has time and fires it down the ice.
Interesting, even out of the break, that Slovakia used their second power play to start. Here comes their top group with Chernak and Sekera, Tatar, Panik, and Hudacek, who in his first game has been quite dangerous.
Chernak had that poked away by Theodore, who flips it back down for Canada. Minute to go in the power play for Slovakia. Sekera head for Tatar. Poke check there by Stone. Knocked the stick out of the hand of Tatar. And now Hudacek swings back. 40 seconds to go in the power play. Chernak for Panik. In comes Chernak leading the rush. Moves it and shoots, and Murray knocks that away. Couturier to the line, but not out. Held by Sekera. Feeds to the goal mouth to Panik. He was poke checked there by Nurse. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Sekera. Now for Kristoff. Couturier banks it out. And Canada will change. 10 seconds to go in the Slovak power play. Inside 4 to go in the third period.
Critical kill here for Canada. Killers do an excellent job.
In comes Boots with it now. David Boots, sharp angle, shoots, and Murray makes the stop and hangs on with Lischka standing right on the doorstep.
Everything now is just so difficult for the goaltenders to stop. The traffic's there, the pressure of the game in a wild game. Canada has had just 4 shots since they made the game 5-4. When Rybar was pulled, it was 5 goals on 20 shots. Now they've got 24 shots. That's about 21 minutes later.
Scramble draw, the puck picked up by Theodore for Stetcher. Again, Canada down to 5 defensemen. Brandon Montour and Dante Fabro both left this game. Theodore in, shoots, it's off a leg and wide. Lunter back with it. Farivari. Up ahead for Boots, he's squeezed there by Theodore. Stetcher, up ahead for Turris. And now Farivari. Up ahead for Lunter moving in. Slovaks making a change. Picked out by Theodore. For McCann. Jared McCann steps away from Pontic, drops it back to Theodore. Lays it ahead for Turris, who fires it in. 3 to go now in the 3rd period. It's time to regulation. There'll be a 5-minute, 3-on-3 overtime period. Then, if necessary, a shootout. Pontic moves in. He walks in. Pontic shoots, and Murray makes the glove save. With Tatar standing right on the doorstep.
Richard Pontic can shoot the puck, and Matt Murray with an excellent glove stop here as Pontic is going to get the puck and come off the right wing, allowed to get into the dead center of the ice, and Murray makes the save.
Another face-off win by Couturier, and Nurse steps away from Nagy. In comes Darnell Nurse. Swings it across. Severson shoots. Kicked up by Chiliak. Sekera. Up ahead for Nagy. Drops it back to Chernak. Quickly ahead for Studenic. Studenic peels back in the corner. Drops it back. Chernak a drive. That deflected wide. Shukel at the point to Sekera. Now Nagy with it. Down for Studenic. Nurse stepped in front of him. Clearing attempt, squeezed across the line. Here's Chernak with it. Two minutes to go now in the 3rd. Lantoshi moves in. Fires that wide. Shots are 9-5 Slovakia here in the 3rd period. Dano. Down to Lantoshi, move that away from Shabbat. Lantoshi walks in and shoots off the outside of the goal. Fans on the one side were on their feet. Now Marincin goes back. As Marchessault bears in on him, they called icing. Marincin touched the puck, or so it appeared. But the face-off will come back to the Canadian zone.
Looked like it hit his glove. Matas Sukal has a couple of goals. There was his first one, and here's a really fortunate second one. A save by Murray, the puck come back to him, and Sukal just flings it. It bounces off of Severson's leg. Sukal has 3 goals in 3 games in this tournament.
Stone chips that ahead for Strome. Up for Marchessault. 80 seconds to go in the period. Strome works it free, throws it back in front. Chiliak knocked that away. Sekera takes down Marchessault, and with 1:14 to go in the period, it'll be Chernak who goes off for the trip.
Canada has got 2 power play goals tonight. Chernak's going to get the call right here as he pulls the feed out from Marchessault. Canada's power play goals from Marchessault and Theodore.
So Canada's called timeout here. Chance to give those top guys a breather.
This is Kirk Muller, who works with the power play in Montreal as well as here.
Knows a thing or two about it.
There's the shooter right there, 81 Marchessault. Will work the puck around if they can. Marchessault, who plays on his strong side at the top of the circle. They've liked that pass from Stone on the left wing all the way across to Marchessault, and then he's able to step into it and he can really zing it.
Strome for the face-off against Sukkot. Strome wins the draw back to Shabbat. Thomas Shabbat down to Stone. Strome with it. Dylan Strome flips that back to Marchessault. Final minute now of the period. Shabbat with it. Thomas Shabbat feeds it back to Stone to Shabbat. Works it across to Marchessault. Walks in, feeds it down, tipped wide by Strome. Strome back around to Stone. Feeds it back, Marchessault walks in and shoots, and Chiliak got just a piece of that to knock it up and out. Just what you talked about, the shot they wanted.
Man, did they have that set up perfectly. The lane's there, and Stone can get it to Marchessault. Marchessault waits so well so that when he gets the puck, he's already moving towards the front of the net. If he gets another chance, he's not going to miss that. There's room up on Chiliak, not out wide, but in closer to his elbow. Marchessault is robbed there, but that play is set up perfectly.
Now on this side of the ice, Turris will take the draw. One again and back to Shabbat. Swings it back to Marchessault. That's picked off by Boots, and now Boots breaks it out shorthanded. He's got Lunter with him. Turris takes him down. And now brought out by Stone. 25 seconds to go in the period. Shabbat works it in. Strome with it. Back to Stone. Works it back across. Turris in. That was blocked by Sekera. Shabbat with it now. Feeds ahead for Stone. Mark Stone has a look at the clock. Feeds it back to Shabbat. Waits, feeds, Stone shoots, scores! Mark Stone with 2 seconds left. Scores in the power play, and Canada leads 6-5. Happy birthday, Mark Stone.
I had the wrong guy, but it's the right shot. I said, Gord, there's room right up over the glove. Watch where Stone's shot goes. This is a beauty from Stone. A crushing goal to give up this late. Stone's patience is to be marveled at. 8 seconds left. He looks up at the clock. We got enough time. Shabbat to Stone. Watch where this is. Right up over the elbow, and it's in the net. Patience by Stone and execution to put this game away for Canada. Right up over the elbow past Sekera. And Mark Stone's first of the tournament has given Canada a 6-5 lead with 1.8 seconds left. They might add a second or two.
And Ferravari frustrated. Marco Dano slammed his stick against the boards as well. So Mark Stone on his 27th birthday. Gives Canada a 6-5 lead. The fans are littering the ice now with some debris.
What a wild night. Well, what they need to do now is call the game and get everybody off the ice. If they're going to let people throw stuff on the ice, if they can't control it, then you got to get them out.
Right. They're throwing stuff into the Canadian bench now. Guy might want to just slip out of the building. That one Canadian fan. The fan's not happy the penalty wasn't called at the other end of the ice. So right now it shows 1.8 seconds left, but now there's some coins on the ice as well. So there are provisions for this under IIHF rules. And now the warning is being given over the PA system.
Canada 3 for 3 on the power play. Stone, Marchessault, Theodore. And it's funny, in a crazy game, 6-5, Gord, you can go back to the penalty kill.
Right.
At 2-0 in the first period. Canada killed it off. Shorthanded again with about 3 minutes left.
There's
Killed
a play,
it
by
off.
the way, by Turris that they were talking about on Boots. And there's the goal by Stone.
The shot is excellent. What is amazing to me is he's got the composure and the peace of mind to look up at the clock. I thought he had waited too long to get that play started, but he goes back to Shabbat, and the former Ottawa teammates hook up as Shabbat goes back to Mark Stone, and it's in the net.
Kyle Turris, also a former teammate, in the pile as well. So the debris continues to rain down here in Kosice. As I said, there are some coins on the ice, which is enormously dangerous.
Honestly, I can't believe, as soon as the first coin hits the ice, I can't believe they let the game to continue. If you step on a coin, you have no edge. There's no control.
I think it was Rod Gilbert years ago. Didn't he step on a dime on the ice and
Broke his leg.
Yeah, and suffered back issues for a long time. So 1.8 seconds left. The crowd not happy, and Canada has battled back from 2-0 and 4-2 down, and will improve its record to 2-1 at this World Championship with a hard-fought 6-5 win over Slovakia, which drops to 1-2. But that is the hardest part of the Slovak schedule done. They've played the United States, Finland, and now Canada, and come out of it with 3 points thanks to their win against the United States.
If they could get 1 second longer, they have at least a point.
Right.
So they'll look at this as a wild game that the point was sitting there for them if they could have killed off a second and a half more.
So we'll get the player of the game presentations and then the Canadian national anthem. With a couple of goals tonight.
The 19-year-old, 2 goals right around the front of the net.
Theodore is Canada's player of the game. Canada played much of this game with just 5 defensemen. After Dante Fambro went out, then Damon Severson served a 10-minute misconduct, and then Brandon Montour got hurt. Hello, Benny. Am I in the right place here? Yes. I feel like I'm in camera for 9 hours. Oh, wait. How do you want me to set you up here? Just a wild night?
Yeah, you know, maybe you can touch on... Get to it, I think. Okay, Benny, how are you? Nope. Oh, hang on. Guys, let me. Can I see myself, Benny, here?
Sorry, buddy.
Gord's hogging the camera.
I'm not hogging the camera. I'm sitting right where I'm supposed to sit. Well, don't, you know.
No, but I'm just saying, I'm not even in the thing. I can't see my tie, so that means that...
Might be better if you don't.
No, that means that you're too much of you in the screen. Nobody wants that.
Did you lose all your good ties, or was just...
No, I think that's spectacular, and it's a well-knotted tie.
Thank you.
Yep. It's nice Uncle Fred to give you something. That's why you wear darker.
he's actually had his tie Scotch guarded. It's all going to be fun.
That other one is an unfortunate one.
That might be out of the rotation for a while.
Okay.
Okay, all set. This was a wild evening with a lot of scoring. Special teams were a big part of it. One of the key parts of this game was a sequence where a goal wasn't scored in the second period.
Well, there was so much to it, it's hard to just boil it down to a couple of plays, but we'll start with the game at 4-4. Thomas Tatar scores. The place erupts again, and goalie interference is challenged. They look at the review, and it was pretty clear to me for sure that Richard Panik had interfered with goaltender Matt Murray. Shortly thereafter, Troy Stetcher throws a puck from the side. It kind of works its way through the goaltender, and Canada suddenly has a 5-4 lead. But also in a game of 11 goals, Gord, it was the penalty killing for Canada that came through for them. Down 2-0 in the first, close to getting run out of here, they have a key kill. Then with about 3.5 minutes left in a tie game, they have another kill. That sets the stage for Mark Stone's dramatics.
On his birthday, scores the game winner for Canada. The crowd didn't like a non-call against Canada's Kyle Turris late, but Canada wins it 6-5, goes to 2-1 in the tournament. The Slovaks have finished the toughest part of their schedule. They faced Finland, Canada, and the United States, got 3 points, but they left one on the table at least by not getting 1.8 seconds longer to get to overtime. Meantime, Canada now improves to 2-1, plays France on Thursday.
Tony, great to meet you. What's up? Bro, you should have seen this. Here you go. Woo! Are we going in here?